Hey everybody, this is Neo with another video regarding the changes that come with patch 1.29. It is currently on the PTR and can be tested. All the cool new features like native widescreen, Manabars, 24 player lobby. This is all there. We talked to you about the human changes of the heroes before, and now it's time to go into something that will change the meta game of Warcraft 3 for sure, because it's time to showcase the orcs and it's time to show you the nerf of the Blademaster. Here he is, and the first little thing is a buff actually. Mirror image costs are reduced from 125 to 115. That won't change a goddamn thing, so I will just jump right over it. Because the big thing is, critical strike got changed. The item damage is removed from the crit calculation. Before, the old formula was the damage that an attack does plus the item damage times the crit multiplier is the crit damage. That is changed now. The average damage times the crit multiplier plus the item damage is now the crit damage. If you're not that good in math, I will show you what that means. Here are some tables for you. The old crit damage calculation on the first line is level 1, so you have an average damage of 38, you have a bonus damage of 6, and you have a crit multiplier of 2. That means you have 44 damage before the crit multiplier, then you add the multiplier and you end up with a critical damage of 88. That goes for level 2, and I just did some examples here of how good a crit can be. The last line is Turtle Rock Blademaster with lucky items, so you can go up to 300 critical strike. Of course, Kodo Aura comes into play as well. The new critical strike calculation, and this shows pretty hard how good it is for the other races. So what you do now is the average damage times 2, that is 76, and then you add the bonus damage, and you end up at 82. On level 1 and in the early stage, that won't make such a big difference, but look at the damage in the last line. If it's a super late game, and you have a lot of bonus damage stacked up, then you end up with a critical strike of 200 instead of 290. This is basically like the difference between Coil level 2 and 3, the same as Stormbolt level 2 compared to level 3. So critical strike therefore got a lot weaker. The thing is, it's not as bad as it sounds, because only bonus damage goes into this. For example, if you find a claw, then it will be added after the crit calculation. If you find Slippers of Agility or Boots of Quel'Thalas, this will still be added to the average damage because it comes from agility. So this is a very, very provocative calculation with 30 bonus damage coming from only claws, only Kodo Aura, and no agility boost at all. That is very rare. So Slippers and Boots got way more important now for the Blademaster than they already got. Of course, it's still a big nerf, but the damage is more flat now. You don't have these crazy power spikes in the later game where you can't really heal against anymore, and I think it's a good change. Maybe it needs a little tweaking to determine what's the right damage output a Blademaster should have, and are orcs underpowered now? We will see about that. Another hero got some buffs, and that's the Seer. Here he is. His summoning units are of course the wolves, and they got a pretty cool buff. They give less XP now. They give 25 XP less on level 2 and 35 less on level 3. Level 1 is untouched, which is okay, I guess, because they also get more HP here with a 50 HP boost on level 1 and level 2, and also here level 3 remains the same as it was before. Also, Farsight got remade, basically. Before, it cost mana and had no cooldown. Now, it doesn't cost mana anymore, but has a cooldown. So you can basically say that you have a crystal ball that you can use every 60, 45, or 30 seconds. In one-on-one, this won't affect anything. For team games, not so sure. Maybe the FFA community has something to say about that. If you are familiar with that and if you have an idea on how that will change, please feel free to post it in the comments. But for 1-on-1 and 2v2, this won't change a thing. With the changes... Okay, there's another change for the Seer. Chain Lightning. As you know, Chain Lightning jumps from one target to another, and the further it jumps, the less damage there is. Before, it was a damage reduction of 0.15 per target. Now it's only 0.1. So, as a little example here, on level 1, Chain Lightning hits 4 targets. This is a total of 292 damage if it hits all the targets. On level 2, it's it's now 585 damage as it jumps to 6 targets. And the big damage boost on level 3 with 150 damage more if it hits all 6 targets, of course. Chain Lightning got a lot better, more than 1000 damage from this spell on level 3. That's pretty good, I'd say. So maybe we will see the Farseer a little more often. Of course, orcs have to adapt a lot. Next one is the Tauren Chieftain, and also the last hero that got changed for the orcs. He also receives the movement speed that the MK and Paladin have from 270 to 290. Also, War Stomp got a little more damage. You won't really feel it, but War Stomp is already great with the stun duration that it has. Now it does even more damage. Of course, there's not too much usability for that. You see Shockwave a lot, except in the matchup against Undead, but their orcs get a little buff. And also the ultimate gets weakened, because now there's not a 7-second cooldown anymore, but a 5-second cooldown. I thought Reincarnation was already a very strong ultimate. Now it's even better. I don't really know why they did that, but the TC will basically not die anymore, as he will be super tanky on level 6, and then kill him in 5 seconds is possible, but do you really want that? I don't know. So, those were the changes to the orcs. They are quite significant. Will we see a downfall and the demise of orcs now that the Blademaster isn't as strong anymore, or will it just be a different playstyle with the Farseer coming back into meta? Or is it all not just that, not that bad? Will the Blademaster still reign, even with a little less damage? We'll see about that. What do you think about it? Is it too hard? Is it still too weak? Does the Shadowhunter needs a change, maybe? And now that the damage of the Blademaster got lowered, how would you change the units, maybe, of Orc? To make up for that, maybe. We will send the best suggestions once again to Blizzard to let them know what the community thinks about their changes. And of course, I hope to see you on the PTR to test that with us. See you with the next video, and that's gonna be the Undeads. See you.